Hey everybody, welcome back. Still here in this big hard-off complex in Hachiouji. Making my last stop for today. It's down in B1. It's the hobby off. Which, since I got some games from the hard off, I got some games from the book off. I'm wondering if there are even going to be any games in this hobby off, or if it's just going to be cards and figures and things. We shall find out soon enough, though. Here we are. Toys. That's all this hobby off is. Godzilla, some Tekkaman Blade right here. Nothing but figures and cards, etc. No games in this one at all, but that's okay, because we get to come and look at all these radical toys. For all you figure collectors, which I was at one point, in addition to video games, but not so much anymore due to space and monetary constraints. But I sure do love coming into these hobby offs and just gazing upon all of these figures. Gundam Rose from G Gundam. I think I might have actually had that exact figure many years ago when I was a teen. I had a handful of the G Gundam figures and other Gundam stuff. I used to like to put together little Gundam model kits and collect the figures as well. Some Mazinger or Mazin Saga. I'm not 100% certain on the title. And these are Zoids. I can remember being like maybe 10 years old and playing with Zoids, and I'm pretty sure there was an animated series as well, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, more Gundam stuff. There's never a shortage of Gundam, and then other mechs, maybe some Macross or something. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not 100% familiar with all mech series. I can usually recognize Evangelion and Gundam, you know, the major ones. But yes, and then a few little like Gachapon prize figures right here, Gundam and stuff, which we're going to come across a section later that has more little Gachapon figures than you can shake a stick at. This section right here, some like bigger statues and things. One Piece is in particular in here, which, you know, I've never really watched One Piece. I've read some of the manga a long time ago, so I'm not super into it, but it's very attractive stuff. The character designs, I see the statues everywhere I go, and they're pretty cool. Some Kinnikuman up there, a whole lot of stuff. And some, what do we have here? I really don't know. Sometimes I get totally lost with some of this. Anime figures sometimes run together for me because I've kind of been out of anime for a long time. Some of it looks akin to JoJo, maybe? Oh, well, here we go. There's the JoJo figures. I do like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I love the art direction. It's dripping with style and substance. And yes, I do quite like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, not just for video games, but also for anime and manga. It's super cool. And more stuff. Dragon Quest. I obviously know my Dragon Quest. And a Chun-Li figure, it would appear. And slimes. Because who doesn't love a good slime? So yes, I do indeed love my Dragon Quest. More One Piece. There's never any shortage of One Piece or Naruto, typically. And then there's also never a shortage, as you're going to see in a minute, of just kind of like random Bishojo figures. When I come across these Bishojo aisles, it's just ladies. A Buffalo Man mouse pad. That's pretty cool. You can rest your hands on his giant Buffalo Man pecs, which is very cool. Yeah, what else? A Dragon Ball thing? Maybe there's a Dragon Ball in there? I don't know. I didn't bother to look. But anything with Dragon Ball on it, I'm going to take a look at. Because historically, I've been a big Dragon Ball fan. Some One Piece clocks. Very cool. But again, yeah, as we get ready, gear up, Hokuto no Ken, love it. Yeah, as we are going to come around to this kind of Bishojo area, you're going to hear me say whatever the hell this is quite a lot, because I recognize some of these figures. Like, obviously here we have some Macross up here, and I'm familiar with that, and Evangelion, because there are a lot of Evangelion Bishojo figures, but a lot of them, I just look at them and I have not the foggiest. More Macross. That's why I like the audience I have, because there's always someone, some dedicated anime and manga fan that is gonna tell me where a lot of these are taken from. Yeah, just you always know when you're in the Bishojo section, because it just, everything becomes pastels, and everything is pastels, and everything is either in some kind of provocative pose, or is adorned with elaborately large bosoms. Some Macross. It looks like a Macross pin set. That's very cool. Yeah, this hard off in particular, more Macross. If you are a Macross fan, you'd find a lot to love in this particular hobby off. You might be walking out with a few things. Or if you're an Evangelion, or a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan, or a Strike Witches fan, or One Piece, you'd be in hog heaven. Here is a blaster from something. I think that's the official, and there's literally from a manga called something. I don't know. And more Bishojo figures. Some of them slightly more provocative than others. For the most part, it's all pretty innocent stuff. Some of them a little less innocent, obviously. Actually, we're about to move into a section where there's some stuff that's a lot less innocent. But YouTube safe, I assure you. They're Strike Witches, but we also just saw a Xeno Saga figure, I believe it was, which looked very cool. I know some people that are into collecting Bishojo figures. So, you know, they're all over the shelves. As it turns out, those people typically live alone, but they have a hobby they enjoy. And these Idolmaster figures, I've been seeing a lot as well. I actually have one Idolmaster game. They're fairly fun. So yes, tons of Bishojo. But here we are walking into this, what I'm assuming is an adults area, and I came in just on the off chance that it would be YouTube safe, and it pretty much is. This is, for the most part, really, really tame. In terms of some of the figures and manga and PC games and DVDs that I've seen for sale in the adult sections of some hard-offs. This stuff actually, yeah, pretty tame. Mostly very suggestive, but nothing too stomach-turning. I wouldn't even really call it an adult section. I've seen this stuff mixed in with the kids' stuff in other places, as bad as that sounds. This aisle has a lot of, I guess, more Western stuff, or import American stuff. Well, American, made in China, I guess. There's, I guess you could call them import type things. You can see here we got Gremlins, a nice Gizmo plushie, some Peanuts, stuff that looks like G.I. Joe, Star Wars, some Marvel, just, you know, all kinds of Vampirella. Who doesn't love Vampirella? There's Xenomorphs and all kinds of great stuff. Some more G.I. Joe looking guys, and there's some AVP up here, Alien versus Predator, and Simpsons. As we go along, there's actually quite a lot of Simpsons on this aisle. I love this Mr. Burns as Dracula. That's really cool. And I love this, one of my favorite Treehouse of Horrors. And, yeah, more Simpsons figures, even a talking Krusty. Yeah, Simpsons actually moderately popular in Japan. They dig their Simpsons. If you have some Simpsons DVDs, you can probably, for some of them, for certain episodes, you can actually turn on the Japanese voiceover, which is pretty cool. Here, a Star Wars figure set inside of kind of like a hollowed out Death Star, which is really cool. Throw in some Doraemon. And here, Devilman Spawn. And this is actually something else that I find pretty regularly in hobby offs, is Todd McFarlane stuff and Image Comics stuff. You can see there Bosk, one of the Star Wars bounty hunters. She, another cool comic series. So yeah, not entirely uncommon to find Todd McFarlane stuff like this, Leatherface, and other just either Todd McFarlane figures or Image Comics related figures, which is very cool because I've loved Image Comics and Spawn figures for a long time, since I was a teenager. In this aisle, it's all about the Kamen Rider and the Sentai. So as you can see, all these like toys that kind of mimic Kamen Rider props. So they got the guns and the swords and the wrist things and the belt buckles and all that kind of stuff. If I were to come in here when I was like 7 or 8 years old, this would probably be my favorite aisle, because I was a big Power Rangers fan as a kid, and I would want you know, probably a gun or a sword or a helmet, something that I could you know, swing over my head as I was watching Power Rangers on afternoons on Fox Kids. Yes. So yes, lots and lots of Power Rangers. If you're a Sentai or Kamen Rider fan, most hobby offs have got you covered, because they'll typically have a whole lot of Kamen Rider and Power Rangers figures and accessories, which is always greatly appreciated, because Sentai and Kamen Rider are indeed cool. Even I think the last thing I watched was the crossover with like the 99 or the 199 Sentai or something. Anyway, here we are in this aisle, all about the model kits from all different series. Here, a Macross model kit. I'm sure any Macross fan would be happy with that. And then just loads and loads of mostly Gundam. Gundam model kits are very, very popular. So they have you know, large, medium, and small model kits to construct. So again, that's another thing that a hobby off would be the perfect place to go to if you are not just a fan of figures, but model kits as well. This is the place to go. You're not really going to find much in the way of model kits and things inside hard offs or book offs, but a hobby off, yeah, you'll be sitting pretty. Very cool looking Evangelion thing model kit. So yeah, and then some Yokai Watch, Kamen Rider. So model kits aplenty. Some more Evangelion, which I'm sure everybody is into. I don't know. Are you into Evangelion? Let me know. Because if you are, they've got a model kit for you. Here, a cute little girl in pink with a Gatling gun. I don't know what the hell that's about, but alright, right on. Very cool. And out of this section, this next section we're going into, I kind of just run through this. This was intentional because, as you can see here, there's tons of Gachapon figures, and then coming up on just tons and tons of trading cards. This is a twofold reason. One, this section is so large that if I were to try to like slowly, meticulously film it, this video would be, I don't know, an hour long or more. Second of all, I know nothing at all about trading cards, so you might want to tell me what some of this stuff we're looking at is, because again, you guys more than likely know more about it than me. I do know Dragon Ball Z. That's about the extent of it. And Beyblade. I'm assuming that's Beyblade. Those are the only spinning top things that I'm aware of. It's like I'll recognize Dragon Ball Z or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. Pokemon cards. Chin Pokemon. Got to buy it. Got to buy. So I'll recognize those. I don't know the first thing about these trading cards. I don't know what's valuable and what's not, what to get, what to not get. But here they are for all you trading card enthusiasts. And as you can see out here, we got some people just having a sit down, playing a TCG game against each other. And then just to give you the scope of this shop, yeah, I'd be here all day long if I wanted to film everything. So instead, I gave you a quick run through, and then we're going to finish with this. They had a little game center area towards the back, which is excellent. So you can see they got some UFO catchers. I guess you can get some whatevers out of there, little prizes and things. Even a couple of slot machines, which don't look like they're getting a lot of love. I doubt many people come to the hobby off specifically for slots. But they got a number of UFO catchers with, as you can see, figures and other different kinds of prizes. So that's very cool. UFO catchers, I'm always under the impression, are rigged. It's either they're rigged or I'm terrible at them. It's one or the other. The figures in these things, I don't know if it's all brand new stuff. I don't know if some of it's used or not. It being a hobby off, it might be. That stuff I'm gonna go ahead and guess has been used. I think those figures usually come out of the box like that. But yeah, plenty of stuff to, I guess, try your luck at. I don't know, because I'm not into losing my money on these things. But we got some driving games, air hockey, some Mario Kart arcade. Even like a whack-a-mole type thing. Is this, is that a elevator action death something or other? Because that's what I think of when I think elevator action. Let's Go Jungle and some rhythm games. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So, hey, stick around for these final words. Okay. All finished inside the hobby off. Pretty cool. The biggest hobby off I've ever been in. Tons of figures, model kits, cards, no games, but that's okay because there's a hard off and book off attached to it. So, but that was not bad. And that's it really. That's all the stuff that's contained in this big ol' hard off complex. Definitely the biggest hard off I've ever been to. The place was pretty packed today, but I got some games and had a lot of fun looking around at all the toys and manga and everything else. So that's it. We're done here. So thanks for watching, everyone. I guess I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.